So now we're done with Ghostly Grove, we're going to move on to Haunted Hall, which is a very interesting stage. For one reason, and one reason only, that, well, not only is it a nice roller coaster stage, but it has a interesting character here, which is known by Kackle. A very interesting ghost, and I really like his design. Interesting bit of trivia is, apparently there's an unused character for this game. He's only known through the player's guide, the German player's guide for Donkey Kong Country 2. For some reason, he's only known in that way, and he's known by Mr. X. You might notice that he's also a ghost, just like Kackle, and he also has a sword. So I believe that Mr. X is someone who might have been just being like a, I don't know, like one of those like a design sort of things that they had, and they scrapped the whole idea and eventually used other enemies as well as Kackle himself as based off Mr. X. So it's pretty interesting to know that, about all the different stuff that never gets mentioned into these sort of games. There's also an unused animation for Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong in this game. It looks like they're mourning or something, like it's, like they look really sad and stuff. We think it's something used for when they fail the bonuses. They have that sort of animation, which they'll leave the stage in that sort of sad state. But from the looks of it, it looks like something a little bit more serious than that. I'll also put that on the screen as well. Also, the main little mechanic here is, I might as well explain everything here. You gotta collect the pluses to increase the timer, because if the timer gets to 0, you're going to feel the wrath of Kackle. But luckily the door's sort of, I don't know, a ghost proof or something. I don't really know how that works. Anyway, here's Kackle yet again. You might notice that he has a change of wardrobe, because now he's wearing a yellow bandana instead of a green one. I don't know why they include that detail, but it's just there because why not? Alright then, and I think there's a, yep. So you gotta jump really early at that point to get to our next bonus. It's a reasonably, a little bit tricky to get to. And, oh god, this one's really fast. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Do not want such speed. Very fast. Such speed, oh crap! Oh god. Do I really have to? Okay, fine. Looks like I have to retrace my steps and go back. You know what? Screw this. I might just go kill myself. There we go. There we go. Now let's take 2 on this bonus. Yeah. Yeah. I might not say too much because I kind of want to concentrate and not herpy-derpy-derp. There we go. There we go. So now moving on, we'll get to one more section of Kackle. And he has a pretty interesting choice of bandana there. Very matches his eyes very nicely. Must have a very fine selection of bandanas he has. I'm surprised Kackle hasn't really made that much of an appearance in other games. He's only appeared in DK64 and that's about it, so I really like if he could make another appearance because he's a really cool character. I like his concept. Anyway, that does it for our Haunted Hall, but before we do all that, we have our DK coin, we can't forget that. And... oh, I missed it. And... there we go. Too bad I didn't get the life, but I think I should be maybe okay for the next level, perhaps? Which is Gusty Glade. Also, a fun fact about Gusty Glade. Oh man, on my very first playthrough on the Game Boy Advance version of this game, I actually managed to somehow get a game over. Yes, a game over on a Game Boy Advance remake, which is actually said to be a lot easier than the Super Nintendo one. I had like a good 70 odd lives, because they do retain how many lives you have in the remakes, and for some reason or another, I lost all my 70 lives and got a game over. That's the only game over I managed to get in that game. But yes, it was quite interesting that I managed to do that. But then again, that was my first playthrough, my first proper playthrough of this game. I think it was around about... I first played this, the Super Nintendo version in 2010, but in 2011 I did manage to find a copy of the Game Boy Advance one, and crap. Damn it. I should have done it. I should have done a Yoshi. I should have like jumped off him and then... I don't know. Actually, why did I have not Squitter. Why did I have Rattly with me in the first place? He's not even required for anything. Oh my god. Anyway, for the game that... For this level that I got a game over in, for a Game Boy Advance remake, I'm surprised that... Oh god. Alright then, whatever. Did I screw up my chances of getting the bonus? Because if you don't have Rattly, you do need... Oh, okay, good. Because bonus coming up pretty soon. It can require Rattly, but you can just use Tag Team for both Kongs just to get extra height, and that works all the same. And what? What the friggin' friends? Fine. What is with you, game? This game doesn't very like me very much. I want to get up there. Alrighty then. If you're looking for the video with all the fails, this is definitely the video to watch. Alright then, maybe. Wait, what if... Okay, so if I got a game over in my Game Boy Advance version, do you really think that I might get a game over on my Let's Play of this game? In this particular level? I would be quite... well, I'll just be a little bit annoyed, but I'll find that a little bit ironic. Alright, here we go. Yeah, the wind physics that they introduce in this level... It's an interesting touch, but again, it does make it very annoying to handle. There we go. Alrighty then, here's our midway point, so... But there's still plenty more to do, and... Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious, what on earth am I doing? Jeez. Oh my god. I know, I'll probably have to split this up into 2 parts. I think I definitely might have to split this up into 2 parts, because from where I'm recording, I'm almost approaching 20 minutes. Well. Aren't we going fantastically? Yeah. Don't not want your cannonballs, thank you very much. Alrighty then, just gotta be careful about these guys. Really annoying enemies, and I should have broken this one on top. Is there anything? This thing's got a cannonball in it, I need to put it in there! Oh, you know what, screw it, I'll just play through this normally. And then, oh crap, no! Oh god. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I actually thought I lost all my lives there, but luckily I collected enough bananas to get a life. But wow, I'm really skating on thin ice here. Alright then. And again, I do not... Wait, I can go back here, couldn't I? There we go. Wait, how do I get up there? Let's stay there. Yes, there we go. Okay, luckily that works out. And let's try and do this. Collecting the stars, okay. I guess another little thing I should also mention, actually, another interesting fact is, when I was actually, even before I played the Game Boy Advance version of this game, I also, I tried to emulate it, and I even remember buying, a USB Super Nintendo controller, just to play it on the computer because, didn't really have the cartridge at the time. And, I was almost completed the entire game. All I had to do was just get all the DK coins and the Crim coins and such. But, for some reason, the Super Nintendo controller didn't work. It just stopped working all of a sudden, and it was just over a month over its warranty, so I couldn't get a replacement, so that really sucks. Another funny thing is, again, back to the whole Game Boy Advance discussion. Also, DK coin. I remember, because it's a second-hand copy, it actually did fail to save one of my games. So again, on my very first playthrough, it actually ended up deleting one of my files, even though I went back to the game. So I played it in the morning, went back in the evening, and it wasn't there, the file. So it was really interesting that for like almost 3 times, I didn't get, or pretty much twice, I did not at all manage to beat this game. So I had to do it all over again. Well, I'm now with Wrinkly Kong right now. I think I'm going to finish things off here and save my game. So thank you so much for watching all those terrible fails, and this has been SapphireMayo. Over and out.